I think someone like Amia Long is a great humanitarian. And let me put this in perspective. You know, I'm happy that women like her are willing to sacrifice themselves to help cure the insatiable thirst and high testosterone levels of the young men out here, which she sacrifices herself really to save the young women. And let me put some context in it to explain to you what I mean. What I mean is this. Salute, brother. Good morning. We want to try to save as many fertile young women from getting ran through as much as possible. And when women like Nia Long and Tracy Ellis Ross and these other women who date young men, they allow these young men to get some target practice, to release all that pent-up sexual frustration. And I know the women are going to say, well, you old guys, you like dating younger women. Look, we had our time. We had our time dating the older women. Now we're older, more established. Some of us, we should be married. If we're not married, we're going to enjoy life on our own terms. But for the young and up-and-coming man, someone like a Nia Long, giving him a good taste, releasing and draining that poison. Let me tell you something. On a Friday night, late, and all the women his age is tripping, giving him a hard time, and he looks down at the end of the bar and he sees a woman like a Nia Long, and he's young. He's got all that built up testosterone in him. You see, men are not selfish. A peaceful life is not selfish. I pass the ball. A peaceful life is not a ball hog. Like these women be, never mind, that's a whole other story. I know I'm old and bald. That's why I'm out here walking in this park, getting my 10,000 steps in because I'm old. Ladies, I'm old. And you can say, well, the young women only like you for your resources and your money. Well, damn, that's all you like us for either, too. Old women, young women, we don't see the difference nowadays. All women want to live a comfortable life, and they get in relationships to gain an advantage. They don't get into relationships to lose, except when they're young and they're dating based on pure feelings and arousal. But when they start crossing 30, it's business, it's transactional. But getting back to Nia Long, which I think she deserves Citizens of the Week award. Young men sometimes, I know the religious guy is going to come in at me and whatever else, but we live in a secular world. Sometimes these young bucks need some target practice. And many times, that fruit all the way in the top of the tree, it's like you got to climb from here to the bottom of the base of this tree, and you got to climb all the way up to the top to get that fruit. What if the fruit is right here on the ground? What if the fruit is right here and you can just reach over and pick it up and grasp a hold of that fruit? And you don't have to climb all the way up to the top of the tree. That's beautiful. You can save your energy for the younger women. Young men, I'm talking about. We're not talking about a peaceful life. We're talking about the young men. And I've said it before on this channel. Young men, Nia Long is a beautiful woman. She's an exception to the rule. Most women don't look like Nia Long. Let's be honest with you. But in an environment, in a challenging environment and atmosphere where young men is dealing with a world of delusion, sometimes young men an easy pick off on a late Friday night, young men will eat roadkill. That's what it is. Roadkill. Especially fresh kill. The one who just got out of divorce last week, who think that there's a man tree out here to be picking from, Guys like me be like, hell no, you just got rid of a good man, you're going coming over here. Hell no. Young man will eat roadkill. A recently divorced woman is fresh roadkill. And guess what? If it's fresh, I've seen guys pull up in their pickup trucks and throw it on the back and take it home or gut it right there on the spot to preserve the meat, and they consume it. Look, needs drive behavior. We're not selfish men. You got to share, man. Stop hogging the ball, gentlemen. Stop hogging them all. Young men, all those dudes before you had their turn, with these types of women. We really want to protect the young women. Peaceful life, it's all about preserving the young women for long-term relationship and marriage, the ones that have not been soiled and corrupted and not been, how will I say, pounded out or not been shared with the community. Young ladies, if you're smart, I'll tell you what to do. Here's what you do, young ladies. While you're in college, before you let them pledge you that fraternity and get engulfed in this sexual aberration, get yourself an education, get yourself a degree, get yourself a husband, and protect your virtues. Because let me tell you something. These dudes ain't going for that nonsense anymore. You can tell them, oh, that was my past. I was so young. That don't matter. Because that dude scored in your end zone. And regardless of what you say, that man has to live with the fact that perhaps even a lesser man, in terms of his achievements, his accomplishments, he ain't got nothing to be proud of. He has to accept the fact that he's guy number 25, guy number 30, guy number 40. And he has, when he's walking in the mall, he may see some guy from across the planet smiling at you with his gold teeth. And he asks you, who's that? You say, that's Mook Mook. Mook Mook, I used to date him back when he was 24. But he's a loser. And you are better. Well, that may sound great to you ladies. You've leveled up, you've gotten better, you've gotten more life experience, you're wiser, you're stronger, your status has increased. But that doesn't bring any comfort to a man. In fact, that's actually an ego destroyer for most men. You can call them insecure and whatever else. Because the fact of the matter is, Mook Mook over there still scored in your end zone. And he got from you for free what this man had to pay the high MSRP of marriage. That's why if I'm coaching women, I tell them, look, hey, you might want to scratch some shit from the record. I wouldn't tell, no, you know what? This is a male advisory channel. Let me get back on men. Because the moment you talk about your past and your history, even though a man might smile and be quiet, you can imagine your stock dropping. That would be like a CEO putting out in the media that his company is going completely bankrupt and don't expect the stock to drop. Nothing destroys a man's passion and desire for a woman than her sitting around talking about her ex or her past, or him finding out that she performed fellatio on the whole basketball team as a pledge for fraternity in college. That can destroy the value real quick. So for these old women, I'd rather the young bucks double down, use them for target practice, and not run through the younger women that they're going to need for wives. So let them donate what's left of their box to society. This is a good community service effort on their part. This is good for society. Just be careful, you young bucks. You got to be careful, man. Be careful, because you see someone like Tracy Ellis Ross, she looks fertile. And if you impregnate her, she's keeping that baby. And now you got to deal with the bullshit that comes with her and all that woke liberal ideology. You might get mad your son is marching in the pride parade with guys walking around with leather pants and their ass cheeks out. You have no control over it. She's keeping that baby. She's going to try and give birth. These old women are fertile, man. Be careful. Make sure you're wearing your rubber protection. You know, don't let her tell you, oh, I'm old and, you know, post-menopausal and I can't get pregnant. And you go fire that load in the hole. Next thing you know, she's knocked up. Don't believe that bullshit. If she can bleed, she can get him pregnant. And these women, the way they are and the way society is, they're old like that. Keeping that baby is a flex. And your ass is going to be walking around with a stroller with a baby with granny next to you. How will you ever explain that to the streets? They're on their last leg now. What do you think they're going to look like in 5 years? Everybody in the community looking at you and say, see, as long as they're still got some looks in them, you could be a champion, but when that stuff starts going down, dude, rough. But old men understand the score. Obviously, these women are mostly feminists, and they're trying to compete with men. If you guys can be with young women, so can we. You can be with young men too. So they try to, balance it. Really, it's just the men at their age are completely difficult. Look at me, peaceful life. I'm 51 years old, but I'll be 52. They might say guys like me are ridiculous. But we're just rational. Most guys, my age and whatever else, I was married young, did about a decade. We've been married, we've done our time, had kids, raised our family. So the fact that we're single and we haven't been completely destroyed by divorces puts us in a different type of situation. You see? Older men do not compete with younger men. We see them like our kids. We mentor them, we support them, we encourage them, we motivate them. You see? We treat them like our sons. Women compete with the younger generation of women. That's what the difference is between us. You get it? So we don't care about that type of stuff. I love you, young brothers. Stay strong, stay positive. But hey, she's willing to donate herself to the male population of young bucks for target practice. Salute to you, young brothers. Pound away, but don't forget to pass the ball. A peaceful life don't like ball hogs. You know what I do to ball hogs? Make you run hills. You're going to run hills. Don't hog the ball. You don't want to see me in practice in the morning. Okay. And no behind the back passes with women like me alone. Straight, fundamental chest passes to the next man in line. Peace and blessings to you guys. Enjoy your day. You pick up my speed here. I'm out.